Welcome back to another episode of my weekly thrift hauls. I'm particularly excited for this week's video because I feel like I found a lot of unique pieces that hit a lot of the 2020 trends. I'm going to be walking you guys through my inspiration for picking up each of these pieces and also showing you how I would style them. If you're following my Instagram, which is just HaleyWalker_, you may have already seen some of these pieces, so you should definitely follow me there if you want to see a sneak preview of some of the things that I end up styling in these videos. Lastly, I just want to plug my depop. So if you're ever interested in something you see in one of these videos, just let me know and I'd probably be willing to list it on Depop. My Depop is just HaleyInTheDetails. All right, let's get into the haul. So this week I was feeling a little bit tired of the same stores that I usually go to, so I wanted to make my way to a new corner of New York City and see what they had there. The first four things I'm gonna show you guys, I got at the Astoria Buffalo Exchange. I will say I feel like that location is a lot less picked over than any of the ones in Brooklyn or Manhattan. First up, I found this plaid vintage baby doll dress. I will say this dress gives off some clown meets Hot Topic mall goth vibes, but that's basically a description of my interior personality. I was, however, taking some high fashion inspiration when I decided to pick this one up. Plaid has certainly been a huge runway trend this autumn-winter season, and even the baby doll dress, which was really popular in the 90s, is definitely making another comeback. To make this dress a little more winter appropriate, I layered a black turtleneck underneath, some tights, and I threw on my chunky wingtip Oxford Doc Martens that I feel like also play up that punky 90s vibe. I could definitely see someone like Courtney Love wearing this outfit, and it reminds me a lot of those big name 90s designers like Alexander McQueen. Funnily enough, the woman working at the register said that she had donated this piece to Buffalo Exchange after wearing it for Halloween, but honestly, as weird as my personal style is, it shouldn't surprise you that I'm comfortable walking around in a costume. Moving on, the next two pieces I'm going to show you kind of go together. First, I picked up this incredible embellished leather Diane von Furstenberg vest, and underneath I have this simple black puff sleeve turtleneck, which is essentially the same as all the other ones that I have, except the sleeves are a little more exciting. I just happened to try these on in the dressing room together, and I realized that that was probably the perfect way to style the vest. But anyway, this vest definitely hits at least 3 of the autumn-winter 2020 trends. We have leather. Obviously, leather or faux leather has always sort of been in style, but this season we're seeing a lot of looks that are head to toe leather, or pieces that wouldn't normally be made out of leather, like a shirt or a dress being made in that material. Embellishment has definitely been a huge trend as well. I think this is kind of calling back to the 80s, like a lot of the trends we're seeing this season. I showed you guys in a previous video that I have a pearl embellished sweater. I almost picked up another pearl embellished sweater at this store, but I figured it was a little too similar to the one I already have. And then lastly, vests are definitely making a comeback. One of my favorite fashion YouTubers, B. Jones Style Beth, is always styling vests in this really cool 1970s, 1980s way. Also, one of my favorite style bloggers, Alyssa in the City, does the same thing. And after seeing both of them rock the vest enough times, I figured I could try it out for myself. So to style this look, I wanted to pick a pair of pants that would balance out the boxiness of the top. So I chose my Rachel Comey wide leg cargo pants that I got at the sample sale this summer. I feel like especially when you're tucking in something that's a thicker fabric like this leather vest, you're gonna want to pick a pair of pants that has a little more structure to it. If these were clingy and stretchy, you would definitely see a lot of lumps and bumps where the leather's sitting at my waist. But anyway, to finish off the look, I just threw on my black Vagabond pointed toe Chelsea boots to tie in the black from the top. The last thing that I picked up at that Buffalo Exchange was this beautiful silk vintage top that I want to say is from the 80s, but could even be from earlier. It has very slight shoulder pads and this gorgeous vintage neckline, and the overall shape is this really flattering peplum. Now, the interesting thing about peplum tops is that they can look really flattering by themselves, but when you pair them with pants, they can look a little bit weird. They cinch you in at the waist, so they do make your waist look smaller and your hips look bigger, but unlike a high-waisted pair of pants, they do cut you off right at the widest part of your hip. So you're gonna look a little bit shorter if you wear them with a traditional pair of pants. I would definitely recommend wearing a peplum top either with a short skirt, kind of like that dress that I showed you guys in the last video, or with an extra long pair of pants. And when I say extra long, I mean a pair of pants that will literally drag on the floor if you're not wearing heels. This will create the illusion that your leg is a lot longer than it actually is, and it'll kind of balance out out the messed up proportions that you get when you wear the peplum top. Obviously, if I wanted to wear this tucked into a pair of pants, I could avoid that issue entirely, but I wanted to show off the top as it was designed to be. This look is definitely a little more spring-summer, but the top itself is, so that's why I decided to style it this way. First, I have my light pistachio green pull-on pants that I got at the Goodwill outlet, and then I put on my white Ferragamo pumps from the traditional Goodwill store. This definitely feels like a very 1980s look, but it feels very on trend for today as well. I've definitely been seeing a lot of style bloggers wearing these extra long pants with either sandals or pumps. It's also a blessing for us shorter girls who don't want to get their pants tailored all the time. All right, moving on, the next place that I went was my favorite, the Beacon's Closet in Greenpoint. I still had some leftover credit to spend there, so I used that opportunity to get some new things, whether or not I actually needed them. The first place that I always look when I go to that Beacon's Closet is the pants rack. I'm super excited I went there first because I found these amazing vintage psychedelic print wavy looking pants. Again, if you guys follow my Instagram, you probably saw this outfit already, but I love it so much that I had to recreate it for you guys right now. On top, I wore my vintage Gucci sweater that I got at this location of Beacon's Closet for $20, which was quite the steal. One thing I love about this sweater is that it has this fitted band at the bottom, so it makes it really easy to tuck into high-waisted pants. I also thought the bright purple color made the blue, yellow, and red of the pants pop. And for shoes, I put on my Vagabond Chelsea boots, but I actually wore them with high socks that I tucked the pants into. This is another trend for autumn-winter that works really well if your pants are too long. Basically, you fake this cinched 80s silhouette by taking a pair of wide leg pants and tucking them into a pair of shoes, a pair of socks, or I've even seen people wearing straps on their ankles to give the ankles this paper bag effect. We've seen the paper bag trend at the waistline plenty of times. It's definitely one of those 80s trends that's coming back. I also think the pattern of these pants is really trendy. One of my favorite brands, Paloma Wool, does a lot of these really funky psychedelic prints that I think are a nod to the 60s and 70s. And lastly, these pants are not 100% silk, but they have that silky quality to them, and silk and satin and shiny fabrics are definitely trends for autumn-winter 2020. Next up, I have another piece you might have seen on my Instagram, and it's this amazing leather gold crop jacket. Now, when I first saw this jacket, I definitely envisioned wearing it over sweaters or dresses, but I couldn't quite find the right outfit to make it work. And so just for fun, I tried wearing it by itself as a shirt and realized I like it a lot better that way. Because this jacket is so cropped, it looks a little weird with a shirt underneath because you see this gap between the shirt and the pants. So I definitely envisioned wearing it in the spring or summer with a crop top underneath, and then at night when it gets colder, I could put this on and you wouldn't necessarily see what's underneath. This time I styled it with my black and gold plaid Reformation pants that I got for Christmas. And then for shoes, I threw on my favorite Stuart Weitzman ankle boots that I got at Housing Works. I definitely see myself wearing this outfit a lot more when I move to LA because I think it'll be perfect for that type of weather. All right, second to last, I have this beautiful vintage blue suede 1970s coat. It doesn't have a label on the inside, so it might have even been handmade. But anyway, I styled this in a bit of an unconventional way. Definitely a way that I don't think someone would have worn it in the 70s, but I could be wrong. Since the coat has this very triangular flared shape, I really wanted to pair it with something a bit wider on the bottom. So I chose these wide leg gold satin pants that are definitely too long on me. And to prevent my pants from hitting the floor and also balance out the chunkiness, I wore my wingtip platform Doc Martens again. On top, I just have that puff sleeve black turtleneck from before and my Mejuri jewelry that I wear in almost all of my outfits. This is another outfit that definitely reminded me of Alyssa in the City. I love how she pulls off a really wide silhouette without looking boxy. She also has a pair of shoes like this that she wears with oversized pants. Again, this is not the warmest coat, so I might have to save it for a little bit further into spring, but I'm definitely happy that I picked it up. Lastly, I have one more 70s look for you guys, and it's this gorgeous floral dark green dress with this hot pink collar. Now last year before I had a YouTube channel, I was all about the long floral maxi dresses, and I kind of felt like I was over them until I saw this one. I think what keeps it from feeling stale to me is that it's got these bright colors and it's got this really fitted silhouette. I love the puff sleeves. They're a very similar style to the sleeves on that black turtleneck I showed you guys earlier. This dress was pretty fitted throughout the waist, but to tighten it up a little more and tie in the color of the shoes, I threw on my huge gold buckle 80s belt that I got at the same location of Beacon's Closet a few months ago. And then to finish the look, I put on these thick black opaque tights and my gold Rachel Comey heels that I got at the sample sale. All in all, this outfit feels like a very contemporary take on a 70s look, and it's certainly a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I think because it's so flattering and I love these colors so much, I can definitely see myself wearing it. It might not be the trendiest thing for 2020. I do think that maxi dresses are still in style, and especially ones with this type of sleeve, but what really matters is that it's something that excited me and felt like it could be a piece that I keep in my wardrobe for a long time. All right, you guys, that's all the outfits for this week. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Depop. Those will also be linked down below if you guys are interested in checking those out. And don't forget, you can always DM me on Instagram or leave a comment telling me what you guys want to see. I'm gonna pre-record another video, but next Saturday I'll still be in LA, so you can definitely look forward to another LA haul sooner rather than later. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great week and see you in the next one.